Hi, lovelies, and welcome back to Chidera X Lifestyle. And today I'm going to be doing a video on how I got my Canadian visa approved in about a month with no agent at all. Stay tuned. Okay, so guys, a disclaimer, I'm not an agent. I just tried once and I got approved once. I'm just going to be telling you guys exactly what I did. Before I started this process, this journey, my mom and I had like taken time out to do a prayer and fasting because we're committing it all into God's hand. We didn't want to hear stories. We just knew that like there's a part of the Bible that says commit your plans into God's hand and it will succeed, and that's what we're so sure of. So we just wanted to say, okay, God, before we do this, we're letting you know, our Heavenly Father, we're letting you know, we're asking that you go before us and you make the way good for us. Now let me take you through the process. So the first process of visa application is to go to the IRCC website and create an application form. I signed in using the GC key, and then when you open the GC key, once you start in the signing process, you have like questions to answer, like a questionnaire kind of thing, and then you have forms to fill. And then the forms to fill are basic, your family information, some security and background questions, and then your personal data, the school you're going to, and basically all that stuff. So you would want to apply for your visa after you've gotten admission from a school in Canada, because you need to show them that I have an admission from this school, and that's the reason I'm going to Canada. When I had my interview, one of the professors in my school, he told me that after this process, the next thing you want to do is apply for a visa, because it might take a while. It takes up to 3 months or even more, and some people might not even attend school because their visa process is going too long. I applied with my admission letter. Then there's the big one, the big dog, and that's your proof of funds. So what I did for my proof of funds was I had bank statements, I had tax reports, I had introduction letter from the office of the person that was paying my fees. I had tax report, introduction letter, bank statement, the deed of housing, the deed of land, or whatever they call it, and I had the pay slip of the person that was paying my fee. So I used all of that as proof of funds, and you just have to ensure that you have enough money for school. When I researched, I saw that you need to have money for your tuition and about $10,000 extra for cost of living for that year. In addition, for like my additional documents, I had my statement of purpose that was very detailed, and I had to let them know who I am, where I'm from, my ties to my country. I let them know what I'm going to study, why I'm going to study what I'm going to study. I let them know why I chose Canada as a country, what I'm going to do when I'm done with my degree and everything. I had to let them know I was coming back, because that's important. They want to know that you're going to come back to your country when you're done schooling there. Yes, and in addition, I added my WAEC, my O-level results. In addition, I added my NYC certificate. I added my NYC certificate and my university certificate, like my first degree. And why did I add them? I just did it. I don't know, maybe it was going to, I just did it because I was like, let me just give them all I can. Let me give them my all, my best, and everything. And also those things, my O-level, my university certificate, it was kind of corroborating the things I said in my statement of purpose, and everything. So I just put everything there so they'll have a feel of me, and those things will check out and everything. So those are the documents I used. When I submitted the form, they reached out to me for my biometrics, and when they ask for your biometrics, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that it's approved. It doesn't mean they're considering. It just means that you have started the process, because with your biometrics, they'll do a lot of background checks, and I think biometrics is just the foundation. It's just the beginning of all of it. I'll tell you my timeline. So on the 16th of April, I did my biometrics at VFS on Freedom Way in Lekki, here in Nigeria, Lagos State. So I did my biometrics on the 16th of April. So by 17th of April, VFS had told me they had uploaded it. Then it was just for us to wait. My people, after my fasting and prayer, when I started my process, as I just did my biometrics, I just heard IRCC have gone on strike. I said, have these people said, the next time my mother said, is it when it's your own turn that they will go on strike? And I said, is it when I want to go that they'll do strike, you know? And like from what I know about strike, especially in Nigeria, it can go on indefinitely. But I was telling myself, like, Canada cannot be like Nigeria now. So I was like, even if they come back, mine be priority and everything. But what God did, they came back from strike. And then everything was processed and everything. On the 7th of May, I got um in terms of me, I got I got a notification that I should come for medicals. And if you know and if you do your research, just know that medicals is you are 95%, like you can be, let's say, 90% sure that you are getting that visa. Probably if you fail your medicals or maybe something goes wrong, you probably wouldn't get the visa, but you can just show you are in the green. You get it just shows you're in the green. So I got the medical notification on 7th of May, and then I booked my medicals for the 25th of May. You have two options. You have IOM and then you have Q Life. I use Q Life because it's closer to me. It's here in Lekki. IOM is in Ikeja, that's quite far. Some people did their medicals beforehand because they just wanted to do everything all at once. But because I knew that if they request for my medicals, it will give me some signs, from some sense of direction, you understand? I was like, no, I'd rather they request for my medicals so that I'll know, okay, am I going, where am I, in the process and everything. And also medicals cost about like 47,000. That, I just wanted to have a sense of direction. That's why I didn't do my medicals beforehand. And then in the letter they give you for requesting for medicals, they have some details that you're going to use to book an appointment at Q Life. And yes, you have to book an appointment for everything. You book an appointment for your biometrics on the VFS website, and you book appointment for medicals as well. So after the medicals, when I booked the appointment for medicals, they did basically everything. They took my blood samples, they took my urine samples, we did a chest and x-ray exam, and I met a doctor, and then he did the physical examination. Then I had the eye test, height check, weight check, eye test and everything. So that was basically it at Q Life. On the 3rd of June, they asked me to submit my passport. I booked an appointment as well on VFS, and I took my passport for passport submission, and VFS was sending emails to let me know where my passport was at. They took my passport to Abuja. I think that's what they did, stamping. They brought it back to Lagos, and I went for collection. Honestly, you have the option of resubmitting it with DHL, and you also have the option of receiving it with DHL. But it's because I didn't know what the process was like. I wanted to know what it was like more, and I didn't want to hear, oh, your passport got lost in transmission, or your passport got I didn't want any of those stories. I wanted to hand it to them with my own hands and everything, and collect it with my own hands and see it. To the glory of God, I got my passport back about a week later. It doesn't take a long time for them to stamp. It takes about a week, and I got my passport back after a week, and that is exactly how I got my visa in my first try without an agent. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it was informative. If you have any questions, comment below. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share to a friend that might actually need this video. Love you guys.